Welcome into the Joy to the World podcast, the show that celebrates the good in humanity and highlights those who bring joy to their world. Now give it up for your host, Joy.
All right,
Okay.
Paul, you ready, kid?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, I'm with Paul Rosenwinkle with the Indiana Patriot Guard. I mean, Patriot Guard is national-wide, but you are with the Indiana Patriot Guard.
Northwest.
Northwest Indiana Patriot
Yes,
Guard.
we have 9 different districts within the state.
So what district are you?
This is considered Northwest.
Okay, that's your district.
Yeah.
So I know what you do because you do so much for us. But at any rate, let's go on and tell them what the Indiana Patriot Guard does and what your purpose is around here.
Locally here, Northwest, actually we traveled the whole state. There's a population of approximately 2,000 of us across the state of Indiana. You wouldn't know it by myself. I have one of the largest groups gatherings here in this area. There's another large group out by Warsaw, Indiana. Everybody is kind of just scattered out. So you might say we're kind of incognito, and you see one of us in about 6 cities. But no, we're honored to be able to be invited to a veteran's funeral, to honor him, give him military honors in our way. Our way is standing a flag line outside the funeral home and around the family at the final committal place, wherever that might be. Rain, snow, or shine. We just put more clothes on.
Oh, believe me, I've been there.
Anyway, so we feel that these soldiers, they didn't have the choice of the weather, number one. They didn't have the choice of where they were at. And so, since they didn't have a choice, we feel that's our choice to show them, regardless of the weather, we're there with them. We're there for them. We're there for their families. It's hard. One of the hardest things I have had to do, and I believe I'm up to about 2 or 3 veterans that have passed. There's no family. There's nobody there. We're the pallbearers for that soldier. That's our part. That's one thing. To do a funeral like that is very tough. Whether it be a Vietnam veteran, Korean War veteran. Most of the World War II veterans are pretty much, there are still a couple around. But we will be there for them. Now, when I say that, we will not, and it's part of our policy, that we do not just show up. Some families don't want to have anything to do with a military service for whatever reason. That's their family, that's their wishes, and we honor that. When we do get invited, either by the family or the funeral home, funeral director, whoever's involved, we will come. We will stake our flags, just as we do with Sheets and Burns and Connie Kuiper's Hillside in Highland, Burns and Hobart. We have flags at every one of them. I probably have alone if I had to guess, at least 100, not 100, 150, excuse me, flags in my own possession just for that. We not only just do funerals and render our final salute, a plaque in honor of the veteran, generally with his picture by choice of the family, and whichever family member gets the folded flag from the armed services, whichever branch it is, that's who we present our plaque to. It's a personalized plaque.
I know you guys hold the doors open for everybody.
That's just common practice.
Yes.
That's respect to the family.
Because you do it at the churches, you do it at the funeral homes.
Doesn't matter where. Yeah. And we will continue to do that. So our Vietnam veterans, I currently have three Vietnam veterans who are active with us in my group. So when there's a Vietnam veteran that we're paying honors to, those 3 Vietnam veterans are appointed to do the plaque presentation to his family as a thanks for his service. Not only that, but for the war in which they all were together and brothers and sisters. That's only one area. We also do what we call Hoth missions, where such as the fallen, the ride for the fallen police officers, when they come, we will set up stake flags and stand a flag line for them as well as first responders. And also, and don't let me sidestep here, the police officers being part of first responders as well as firemen, EMTs. We just, over the last year, tow truck driver, not just a tow truck driver, he's a first responder. So, in fact, this weekend, Saturday, we will be staking flags for a benefit for him at the Roselawn.
I saw that.
The Roselawn BFW.
Yeah, because I saw, because he passed away, but his child was with him during
Yes.
that accident. So I saw they're going to have that benefit. So
Yes, absolutely. So for that benefit, we, due to the loss, we were asked, and I said, oh, absolutely. I mean, that's a part of what this community is about. That's a part of what we are about.
well, I know you help me set up everything for the Cop Cycling for Survivors too, which
Absolutely.
is a beautiful flag ceremony. And you guys stay all day and help us manage the EMS, the fire, and them getting off,
Absolutely.
as the Indiana State Police are leaving and all that stuff as well. So you guys
Yep.
really help our community quite a bit.
So when we do funerals, a lot of times too, people don't realize that it's not just for the wake that we are there with the flags and post all of those and do our presentation, plaque presentation there. Our angel coins. I have one.
You have a lot on your vest.
Here. This is the original.
Oh, I see it.
Anyway, the angel coins, those are given to the spouse, if there is a spouse, or to the children of the deceased. They're kind of called our angel coins now, because the new design, this is an original design. It's similar to this, only now there's angel wings wrapped around the coin itself.
Oh, cool.
So each family gets those as a memento of the flag line and us, but also it's their loved one becomes is our hero, and that's our way of honoring our hero.
Gotcha.
And honoring the family at the same time.
And I know you work with the Indiana Fallen Heroes too.
Yes.
So you guys coordinate a lot of things together.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Because I know, like, truly, it's been weeks. I was saying, oh, gosh, come talk to me. And you're like, okay, let me look at my calendar, and I'm free one day out of this year.
Yeah. In fact, we're Saturday, we're going to be doing Armed Forces Day at Mission Barbecue in Maryville. So both the Patriot Guard will stand the flag line, and the plaques of all the Indiana Fallen will be on display there.
Gotcha.
It's all a part of honoring our veterans.
So because what we're trying to do is we're just trying to bring awareness to
Yes.
people and trying to help people find some things that will help them and help their families. So I know you have a flyer too, and we'll post everything, how to get that. But how does someone go about finding out how to get some help? Like, most of the time you said the funeral director reaches out to you guys.
Absolutely.
Or I guess we just want to educate people of how you can help them. I also know, because, you and I have worked together for years, but you had mentioned to me a long time ago that one chapter can help another chapter transfer military bodies from one state to another to return to
We
their
are getting
home.
ready to do that in June. I
Okay.
believe the date for the state, there's what we call a Pony Express escort, all Patriot Guard, that will be coming from Phoenix, Arizona, and going to Dayton, Ohio. Our part of that and dignified transfer will take place on June 20th in Terre Haute.
Gotcha.
And we will escort him from there all the way to the Ohio line, which then the Ohio Patriot Guard, we will do a dignified transfer there as well. Every state line, there's always a dignified transfer
That's awesome.
from state to state. Also, with an additional invitation for any of those riders that are there that day, they can go all the way. We had some people that was a part of an escort that rode all the way from Phoenix to, let's see, where was it? I think they went to Gettysburg, or no, Arlington.
Wow.
Excuse me. And then there was another one that went like up to Baltimore or somewhere out on the East Coast. So these are not uncommon. I participated in one that came from Oregon, and
I think the one from Oregon was like 4 or 5 years ago, wasn't it?
yeah, these ribbons here, that's my memento. That was a Marine from the 9th Infantry Marine Division of the Civil War. They had found his remains back in those days when you had the flu or the whooping cough or whatever, they put you in a insane asylum. Well, so in Oregon, I don't know if it was Portland or somewhere out that way, that they took and they were going to do something with the building, and in the process they found this guy and several others down in the cellar or basement, whatever.
Oh, the remains.
Yes.
Wow.
Their ashes, because they were all cremated, because that's what they did. Back in the day, when you weren't claimed by a family member or something, you were cremated and you put it on the shelf there. And so, anyhow, Jewett Williams, we escorted him, our part. I happened to be in charge along with Doc Reedy, and we were in charge of
Doc.
Indiana. And
We won't talk about Doc now. Don't want to be crying here.
No.
This is not a crying session. This is a positive one.
But I guess whatever branch or whatever department it is that researches these soldiers for family members, they had spent like 4 months trying to locate, could not locate. So he was actually we escorted him to the Ohio line up by the Ohio, Indiana, Michigan line. Then Ohio took him from there. He was on his way to Gettysburg. Today, I wish I would have went. I had the opportunity.
The whole leg of the trip you should have gone, you think?
Come to find out, when he was in Gettysburg for the 4 or 5 days or week, whatever it was, a distant family member did inquire, and oh my, that was like another can of worms, it seemed like. So number one, you just don't turn somebody over. There's got to be some sort of proof. There's got to be we feel like we're the responsible party, especially when we're doing these kinds of things.
Right. And it's an honor to do it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. So the original plan was to take him to, I believe, Portland, Maine. There's believe it or not, there's a National Civil War cemetery there. And that's where his brothers from the Marine unit he was with are buried, from what I understand. And so we were going to put him there as well, so he'd be with his brothers from the war. Well, with the intervention of a family member, we had to put the brakes on that, and they asked if it would be permissible. They were very nice about it, to bury him with family. And of course, you never deny a family member.
Yeah.
Never. We're very adamant about that. It comes down to, as long as you can prove that you're a family member.
Right.
We're going to follow.
You're just
and
not
do
going to turn
your
over to
wishes.
anybody.
We're not. No, it just can't be Joe Blow walking off the street. We're not going to do that. It's part of our responsibility to not only protect and take care of the fallen soldier, but also the family members. That being said, we have some people out here in the general public who were at one of our heroes, Augie Carey's funeral, and that got taken care of.
Yes, yes. Well, Vicki and I have talked about that before. But again, you guys swarmed around them, and you more or less barricaded them from those.
We try to isolate them from, number one, priority, the family and the hero. That's the thoughts and that go on, and that's what.
But that's how she got
whatever
it.
It takes.
She had mentioned that's what brought all this attention about your organization to her, to how important you guys are. Like she said, the whole family felt so protected and how important you guys are. So, again, kudos to you guys.
Thank you. It's our honor to be able to do this. And I live it that way because that, to me, it's a personal thing with me, with my nephew. I am a part of a Gold Star family. And if you talk with other Gold Star families, we're all the same. Pretty much.
You and I have talked multiple times about the Sapper 6. We've talked about different things, because we've gone to listen to different people speak and
Yes.
honored places where they're speaking of, because it doesn't make you more special.
No.
I'm
I'm just another American citizen here doing
Trying
my
to help.
part to honor these veterans and give them the honor and respect that they never got or they should have gotten.
right.
And I've been pallbearers for several. I can't even count them on my fingers.
Yeah, I mean, you and I could talk all day about
Yes.
going and listening to different family members speak, or how they feel about it, or how they feel differently about it, because not
Yes.
everybody feels the same.
It's not the same way.
Nobody can tell you how to grieve,
No.
and nobody can tell you that it is the right or wrong way of how to do it.
There is no right or wrong way.
You can see at different funerals how people
yeah.
take it in differently, but the respect that you guys give everybody just amazes me.
Thank you.
But
That's our purpose.
you reading your own pamphlet?
Yeah, just a moment.
But okay, so while you're looking for that, so that I don't cry,
Yeah.
what is a way, because I know that our Rotary has donated to you guys over the years.
Yes.
I know that I have a very good friend that donates to you all the time, because you did her dad's funeral, which was one of those cold, rainy days, but you guys held in there and like retrieved my umbrellas that blew away. How is it that the general public who would like to help you guys in your organization, or make it a general fund donation all the time, or how do you guys need help? Because here's how I view it. You guys need new flags all the time. You guys
We go
are
through hundreds of
running
flags
your
every year.
trucks and trailers constantly.
Yep.
Which, by the way, we're going to talk about how you use your trailers in a few seconds. But I mean, you guys have to be going through or needing funds for all of this stuff, because those flags have to get beat up quite a bit just because of all the weather they're in.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I can only tell you, like here in this district alone, I probably go through 20, 30 flags a year.
I can only imagine.
Weather, wind. I mean, it's wind and the ice and the cold. They last only so long.
Right, right. So is there something in that pamphlet else that you want to tell me before I talk to them about what you guys did extra special this year with your trucks and trailers?
Yeah, I'd like to state our mission.
Yes.
This is national. The Patriot Guard is a 100% volunteer, federally registered 501c3 nonprofit organization which ensures dignity, respect at memorial services honoring our fallen military, heroes, first responders, and honorably discharged veterans. That's what we do.
And we'll make sure that we post this whole pamphlet on our site so that people can get to it. And then if they would like to fund to anything, can they fund or donate to a specific district? Or does it all go national wide, or can we do it to just...
It does go national. We
Okay.
have a state treasurer.
Okay. So it can go to
You
Indiana.
can go to www.indiana or inpatriotguard.org
Okay.
to, number one, contact us for whatever reason, make donations, however.
Okay. Or they can get a hold of you or I. I'll make
Or
sure it
get
gets
a
to you.
Get a hold of any of our members.
Oh, yeah.
And now, a quick word from this episode's sponsor.
Are you a business owner or marketing manager tired of juggling video, social media, and digital ads? Let Handprint Media Productions be your full-service creative team. From eye-catching content to targeted ad strategies, we help brands like yours stand out and grow. Video, photo, social media, and strategy. We don't just create content, we create momentum. Visit handprintmediaproductions.com today and let's build something unforgettable together.
Thank you for sponsoring the show. And now, let's get back into the episode.
So I just want to bring this up so that you can highlight on it a little bit. So this year, actually, no, it wasn't 2025, it was 2024, so really not this year. But that you went to, you took all 4 of your trailers, 4 trucks, throughout our town of Lowell, loaded them up for some hurricane relief, and stuck them out at a few different places throughout our town. The VFW.
VFW,
DeMott State Bank and Lowell Branch, the Tech Credit Union, and then in front of our store here at Lowell Carpet and Coverings, and loaded them to the tilt of all kinds of things to take some stuff to hurricane relief, which you guys wound up leaving, and we had breakfast, like, I swear to gosh, like 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'm sure it wasn't that early, and took some stuff down to quite the journey.
Mountain City, Tennessee.
Yes, where people just were in love, but our
total devastation.
And our town came together so well for you.
Oh, yes. The town of Lowell, everything that we have done, everything that promote, the town of Lowell comes out.
Oh my gosh.
There's never no question.
They brought in one of our residents who's amazing. She's amazing, but she brought in us all kinds of brand new boots and all kinds of stuff.
38 pairs of boots.
Yes. And she had just been doing some fundraising for the hurricane relief, but I mean, oh my golly gee, there was so much.
We had 55 cases of water, 12-ounce bottles of water. So we weren't too sure about the weight, but it worked. The amount of canned goods and everything, very, very much appreciated.
So much generosity.
When we were unloading there in Tennessee,
which, like you said, it wasn't the easiest trip because of the roads, the debris. Once you got down there unloading to a separate place. It probably
took us an hour to drive 10 miles.
Yeah.
Because, number one, you're not going to go just lickety split down that road.
Yeah.
And number two, that road is probably half the width of Route 2.
Yes. And I think you probably have some footage of us talking about that, don't you, Nathan? Were you recording before when we were talking about that? Yeah. And delivering to a funeral home instead of where you were supposed to deliver to.
Well, we were advised, say, look, the owners of the funeral home were members of the church, so they switched gears. They started making free meals for the locals, what I would call the local residents that basically lost everything. We met a couple as we were unloading. There was a couple that walked up.
Was that the coffee shop people?
No.
Oh, okay.
They asked if they could have, I think, a blanket or something, and so we weren't too sure. And so one of my guys said, sure, take that. We seen a pair of socks down there. I mean, we had bundles of socks with some of the items that we had brought. He said, he asked about the socks. And my assistant right captain asked him, says, where are you staying? He says, we living in our tent. And because they had lost everything. Just everything was gone. They didn't have no more clothes. Nothing was left. And so they were living in a tent. They were one couple out of how many thousands of others.
Right, could you imagine? That was one.
That was just one. And so their so-called payment back, if you want to call it that, is they helped us unload the trailer. They didn't have to.
No, you would have given them anything you had.
Absolutely. The people at the funeral home, they were kind of like in charge. And so we didn't do anything without their consent, number one, because they know the local people, we don't.
Right. And they were keeping it more organized.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy, we filled that room up, I'll tell you that.
But that's just amazing. And thank you for doing it. I mean, you guys pretty much turned and burned. You went down there. I think you guys stayed in the hotel the one night.
2 nights, actually.
Because you went on the way down and then on the way back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got to be too late after unloading everything. It got to be too late. So we drove so far and got a hotel and said, we're doing it tomorrow.
Which
Yeah.
is the safer route.
Yes.
But we appreciate you as a community, as, Lowell, I'm talking, but our whole community, we just appreciate you guys doing all of that. And apparently everybody else did, because they filled your trailers up in a hot second.
Oh, my. We had, so on Saturday before, we were at the VFW organizing the trailers weight-wise and so forth, distribution and all of that. And there was, I don't know how many people came to the VFW, still bringing more stuff.
Yep.
I mean, tons of stuff. We weren't too sure we were going to have to call for more trailers, because we had another group who had done the same thing. And they ended up, I think they had like 28 trailers. There was a bunch of them got together and said, okay, we're doing this. And everybody brought their own trailer. That's how that happened.
Yeah.
And they did. They had 2 drivers in each vehicle. They did drive all the way down, unload, and drive all the way back. Didn't stop or didn't stay overnight. I'm sure they stopped to eat, and fuel, because, you can't do that without buying fuel.
Especially because you have to fuel up whenever you could, because not all the stations were open. Not everybody could use your card because there was no electricity. Not everybody had Wi-Fi, so we had to make sure you guys had cash so that you could get gas.
And
I mean, there was a lot of little things that, like...
The little details, yes, absolutely.
Because people weren't thinking about it. They had to think about, if they had electricity to pump the gas, they didn't have Wi-Fi for you to pay with the card.
Yeah.
So just making sure all of you guys had, cash with you to do those
The
kinds of
coffee
things.
shop people.
The coffee shop people. So just a quick, those people were very kind to you.
Oh, my. So I asked, where we were unloading, I asked the one gentleman there, one of the owners of the funeral home, I asked him, I said, is there a little coffee shop or cafe in town here? And he says, what do you want? I said, well, I'd like to get a cup of coffee, sit back, relax a little bit before we hit the road again. Sure. Calls on his phone. Hey, I'm sending these guys down there to you. Okay. So he told me where to go. We went down there. Anything we wanted. I mean, all we wanted was a cup of coffee.
I just want a cup of coffee and go home.
It was like they opened up the whole shop to us.
Yeah.
Whatever we wanted.
But that was
And
them
it
to
was
show their gratitude.
Amazing. Just amazing. They were so thankful that we brought.
It's kind of how people feel about you guys.
Well, again, it's, and this is a term that we use all the time, only because it's the only way we know how to express our true feelings. And it's our honor to be able to do this.
Oh.
Not only for Lowell, but also for these people, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, well.
There's no, there may come a day that we will have to.
But it's an honor. Well, one, it's an honor to have you as my friend, but it's an honor to have you in our community and you guys doing so much. I appreciate it, or we appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
And we're sorry for your big loss this year of Doc. But
yes,
we
Doc
appreciate
was our
all
original.
his
Doc
efforts.
was one of the originals from this. Actually, he was originally from Francisville, which is down south of Madeireville. But anyway, he organized, did all this same thing since 2005. Is actually when there was like 2 people, 3 people involved.
Yep.
to where it's at today.
Oh, and let's not forget to give a big shout out to Deb, your wife, who is like amazing.
Yeah, she. There's a lot of times I'm not home, or I can't do this or that, such as go to my granddaughter's.
Yes, that was
concert
this
tonight.
evening. Yeah,
That
at
was
6:30.
yeah.
But they understand because you're doing so good in the world, helping everybody
I was
else.
asked to do this, and I agreed to do that. And again, it's for my heroes, and that's my purpose, my
All right.
personal purpose.
Well, we thank you. Anything else you got to say there, kid?
I don't know. I could tell you a million stories.
Well, one day we'll just have you come back, and then you will tell one story at a time.
Well, that might be hard to do. But
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Joy to the World podcast. Be sure to follow us on Spotify and click that subscribe button on YouTube. Tune in next week to meet another person bringing joy to their world.